New whatever. Who dis? Oh, someone let me know if I sound terrible. Well, Reverend, please come quick. I got something to admit. I met a man out in the sticks, good old Mitch. He drove a Series 10 Cadillac and wore a cigar on his lip. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? So I'm driving down the 61 in early July, white as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. Can anyone tell I only just learned that? Don't worry about that. That's not really important. All right, I'm gonna go take a nap. Yeah, sounds great. Awesome news. Great, fantastic news. We're back in my world-class podcast studio instead of the front seat of a truck or a hotel room. So yeah. Yeah, Loke. Yeah, I did EQ the vocal. I never EQ'd the guitar, which I should have done. And I cranked it because I couldn't hear it in the... Listen. I can't be bothered to fix that. Wow. Gary Hergert and Evan drove 1,750 miles and got home last night. I don't know if I've recovered yet. No, I will not be playing Stairway to Heaven. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live, and if you're here and you somehow don't know that, I can't help you. You win Jamie's broken axle. No, he wins like a truck or something, but the broken axle, at least the little part, is it's in my trophy case, and it's staying there. BCC Photech was actually here waiting. Wow. Rich Jordan, Robert Fitch, Cypher F, Super Satellite Garage. How's it going, everybody? So, live from somewhere up there on the left of the map. Glenn Uromi, how you doing there? Huh. 3 of my neighbors have crankshafts for mailbox posts. I don't know why I don't. I should do that. They wanted us to put a mailbox out there on the street. Still haven't done that. But if I do, crankshaft for sure. Old Stuff Rules. How's it going? Howdy from a rainy Tennessee. It was amazing. I just barely did not get rained on when I was in Tennessee. It rolled in the morning after I left. And I didn't get rained on in Arkansas. It rained there the day after I left. Yeah, late that, whatever. The point is, I barely missed it, but it finally caught up with me in like Iowa. Chris Freemaster, how you doing? McLovin Garage brought home a 4-door version of the Llama Barn to match Llama Barn, which is just awesome. The only disappointing part is that they like primered what was obviously quality patina. It would have been a perfect match. Anyway. Oh yeah. Would you focus? What's wrong with you? Anyway, there you go. Nice. It's a 4-door version of Llama Barn. It's the right year. It's a slant 6.3 on the tree, just like that car was originally. Am I jealous? Yeah, a little bit. My sister is here. That's the good news. Rocket Tom was not first at all. Hey, if you haven't hit like, you should do that because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. I really like the framing of the Rick over my shoulder. That's good. That's good. I should have cleaned all this stuff. Ooh. Oh, I have a souvenir. Hang on. Actually, a couple. Oh, actually, a bunch, but anyway. I got this from Rooster. Oh, yeah. It's a good one. And for some reason, Tony gave me this, which is an issue of Cars Illustrated. He wrote like almost every article in here. That's him and his Mustang there on the cover. There's some good stuff in here. Mostly the reader questions. I think that's probably my favorite part. For one thing, they're not real. There's a slightly younger Tony. Oh yeah. Anyway, some good stuff in here. Good stuff. Yeah. None related to that. I found this at the Mart of Wall today. 71 Super B, the last of the Super Bs. I really like those. They're neat cars. Unique. Anyway. Yeah, my sister is not my keeper. Avon, how's it going? Yeah, I remember the chaos when she was roughly almost my keeper. I'm always tardy. That is very true. I will be late to my own funeral, and I hope everyone is prepared for that. Tom's playing with the dog and the kids in the apple orchard. Nice. Jeff Militich, how you doing? Yeah. Oklahoma is in the house. How's it going, Bell James? I was planning to go to Bell James's house before Arkansas, but yeah, I was like a day behind schedule, so that did not happen. Just assume I'm always going to be live on Sunday. Paul Steinberg, how you doing? Peter Griffin is here. I think he farted. I meant the audio quality. I know what I sound like. I've been recording myself for 21 years now. I know. Yeah. Lovejoy is here. How's it going, Lovejoy? Thanks again to Lovejoy for buying me a sandwich in the middle of Nebraska last week. Remember that Chrysler? Yeah, Chrysler 300 with the earlier V6. Any idea what would make one not shift gears? Yeah, your transmission's in limp mode, and it is most likely a shift solenoid. Or a horrible. Look at my hair. What is even going on up there? Horrible electrical problem, or your transmission's blown up, but most likely a solenoid issue. Yeah, I'd never use this thing. I clipped it up here, and I wrapped it in tape and used it to hold my slide. And that's all I used it for like ever. Kind of silly. Anyway, I just happened to be listening to that song and realized it was played with the capo or the capo or whatever you want to call it. Steve Verozzi wants to know, what are your plans on fixing the demon? My plans are to 3 days ago fix the demon. Done. I put in a spare axle shaft and allegedly swapped back to the 48 gears. So we'll see what that does. Probably cool stuff. 8-second passes or I jump off a bridge. But we'll see. My mom is here. How's it going? James Tregler also here. Dave Stark, sounds great. I enjoyed watching your holiday. That was my brother's holiday. My holiday, I haven't even done my ramp truck road trip video yet. That's still coming. Dan Tupper, how's it going? Nice. Glenn Uromi is live from the garage while doing a carb swap tonight. Sounds good to me. Todd Denio, hello from Minnesota. I was there like a week ago. Hello from back in the wet part. Although it's actually been really nice the last few days. Punk Bomb 1 is here and says, new follower, thanks to Uncle Tony's recommendation. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining. Peter Dollery, how you doing? Yeah, you're in limp mode, for sure. I think they stay in second gear, and you have like a max speed of something like 30, 35. So yeah, you're in limp mode. Reinhardt Kornbrack, how you doing? Derek Stone, thanks for being here. One-eyed cat. I could listen to this better from next to a beer and a campfire. Well, that is up to you. Alan Perryman, welcome again. Welcome back. Welcome aboard is what I was going to say, but I'll just drink. Yeah, still tired from being in that Ram truck for 3 days. I was in it for 11 days. I flew over mountains at like 80 miles an hour. I was editing the video yesterday and today and having like, flashbacks. Absolute misery. Anyway, it wasn't that bad. Old Plymouth Garage is here and says, evening, everyone, from Bowling Green, all ready for day one of Power Tour. Awesome. I do kind of sort of almost wish I could have hung out over there for another week and done that, but I just can't be gone from home that long. Fox Can Fix It Garage, how you doing? Punk Bomb 1, looking at buying a 74 Duster. Recommendations for wiring replacements? Yeah, so Classic Industries carries them. Don't they? You're one. Okay, M&H is the company that makes the good replacement harnesses. There's another company called Evans Wiring, and they're pretty good too. Whichever one has what you need, get it. Now, excuse me, 74 Duster has a seatbelt interlock solenoid. You don't want that. So I highly recommend that you swap to a 73 or older harness. Probably a 73 harness because then you still get the electronic ignition. That would be a good move for you. So, yeah, but M&H, I seem to recall M&H was like exclusive to year one, but then Classic started covering them. I'm going to get closer to the microphone. It's really roomy in here. I meant to like fix all this stuff, but I didn't. Anyway, music critics everywhere. Yeah, M&H makes really good stuff, or Evans. JMR, how you doing? Don't think we've seen you around here for a while. Oh, Stage Zero Jason, also in Bowling Green for the Power Tour. Yeah, knew he was doing that. So he's watching from a hotel room in Bowling Green. Everybody's in Bowling Green. Nice. I thought this was Crippled Chrysler Garage. That's a good one. That's way better. Nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. Stacy is at the hospital with his mom and dad. Dad isn't doing too well. If you could throw some good vibes Stacy's way, we would really appreciate that. Good luck, man. Yeah, JMR. Yeah, so I'm now running the 49 housing with 48 gears, and I don't know if it has a crush sleeve or not. I think it probably does still. That thing was put together a long, long time ago. Stage Zero Jason finally passed 500 subs. Hey, you can go to No Name now. Too many non-Mopar videos. Dave LA, it's going goodly. Spent most of the weekend doing yard work, mowing the lawn and weed whacking, and I had to fix the mail truck yesterday, and today we have like one of those above ground pool thingies that we got last year when it was 105 degrees, which doesn't happen here. It's absolutely terrible. So anyway, I had to clean that out, and now we're filling it and treating it and all that stuff. So had to rewire the stupid pump because the waterproof timer ground fault box thing, not waterproof. Joe Filardi, how you doing? John Mullins, congrats on MCG. Yes, thank you. They haven't called me yet. We haven't totally finished the interview. So I assume they'll call me sometime soon. I don't know what issue I'm going to be on, but they told me they're putting me on the cover of the Mopar Collector's Guide, so that's exciting. Good evening, all classics. How you doing there? And Brad's Restorations as well, from Damon, Texas. Nice. Joe Filardi, what's going on with your two Chargers, the red and purple one? The purple one was not mine. It was never mine. It was sold quite a while ago. It's been on Portland Facebook for like a stupid amount of money. For that guy is, I don't think he really wants to sell it. He must really like it because just insane. Yeah, so that one's still sitting on the market. My red one, the one that looks like this but bigger, it is in the garage, and it is slightly broken too, and I'm not sure what happened yet. I kind of think I might have punched a push rod through a rocker. I told that story a couple weeks ago. I was horsing around, and it doesn't idle anymore, and it runs like butt. So I'll get to the bottom of that. That'll be an upcoming video. And by upcoming, I mean, I don't know. I got to get caught up on some actual work. But yeah, I actually do have 2 chargers, though. You're right. I have the red one, and then I have a crappy primer gray one. And that one I've been collecting parts for. I'm going to go pick up some really nice seats for it on Tuesday. I've got quarter panels. I've got trunk floor. I've got basically the whole back half of the car. So yeah, we're going to get around to doing that at some point. Can't wait. Crashes Roadrunner Garage, how you doing there? Yeah, Vic, you were late, but I'm 10 minutes late to that comment, so there you go. Nice. No, Josh, there was no hail. We dodged the hail. We found some serious rain, but no hail. Trace again wants to know what happened to his t-shirt. You can have, I ended up with 2 of the Come and Go shirts. You can have one of those. White or black, your choice. I should not put that on my computer. This is the computer that ran the channel for like ever. And it's currently in pieces. Apparently it's like the hardest laptop battery to replace like ever. So that's great. I bought this little teeny tiny one on the road trip. Really glad I did. Don't do that. Those things are expensive. Anyway, where is Donnie? Something happened to Donnie. One-Eyed Cat wants to know if I've thought about going to No Name Nationals. Yes, I have. I have thought about it a lot. I'm not ruling it out. I'm not promising to make it there either. And I think Mo Party is the weekend before or something. So I'm trying to come up with some clever way where I can do those. But I was already gone for a week and a half. And those events are right at the beginning of the school year. You know, my daughter will be entering 3rd grade. Yeah, 3rd grade. And I kind of like to be here for that. So I don't know. I'm not promising to it, but I would like to. If you don't know, I actually started my channel to go to No Name. I thought, 500 subs, I can do that. And then I did. And then I figured out how far away Sykeston was and went, that's not happening. Vic wants to be a mod. I don't know how to make him a mod. I can't do it from here. Mark Brown wants to know. Oh, Donnie's at the bottom of the. He's at the bottom of the list. How is the Dakota RT doing? I traded it for the ramp truck, so it is doing fine. But it's sitting at Tom's house. It's probably full of bees. I don't know if he's going to keep that forever. He always wanted one, but I don't. You know. Who knows? It's Tom. He loves to sell things, which I understand. I do the same exact thing. So it could be available, just saying. But yeah, I think he wanted to like make it nice. So yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. My sister's lucky if she gets paid Insider. Robert Fitch, yes, my Rhodes is, it holds up guitar cases. So that's pretty much all it does. Have you seen what Fender Rhodes electric pianos are selling for? Holy crap. I thought about selling it. But thankfully, my wife, who's the voice of reason, said, why would you do that? Don't sell that. So yeah. Okay, I was thinking, when I said that, yeah, I think there was a South American Super B, but it doesn't count. BCC Photech says I sound more like Fozzie than Kermit tonight. Nice. Okay, Sam M has a great question, which I'm going to respond to in an upcoming video, but everybody was seeing Wheelhop in the Demon Drag Racing launch clips, which I was not. It was not wheel hopping. It wasn't going thunk, 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 thunk. The tire slammed in, the wheels slammed into the tire once, and then the tire pushed back, and the car rolled out. There was no wheel hop. I don't understand what everybody's talking about. I have watched the videos in slow motion, all of them, every single launch clip I got, repeatedly. There's no wheel hop. I don't know what you're seeing. I don't understand. It lifts. The tire squishes, the car lifts, and it moves out. and the springs fan out. And everybody's seeing that. That's normal. They're supposed to do that. The springs are unclamped so that when the axle pitches up on the snubber, it lifts the car and the springs fan out. That's what it's supposed to do. So I don't know. Everybody keeps saying, oh, it's wheel hopping. You got to fix the wheel hop. It wasn't wheel hopping. I did lose one of my leaf spring clamps going down the strip, allegedly, so I'm going to have to make a new one. Yeah, Todd, it's hard cider or no cider, basically. We're not in daycare. Rooster, what is happening? Rooster, I was talking to Rooster, and he was like, well, no, you couldn't have broken an axle shaft, because if you'd broken an axle shaft, the wheel would be going like this. So I jacked the car up on the lift, and I grabbed the wheel, and it went like this. And I sent him a clip. And then I released a short. I released 2 YouTube shorts this week that were like my best ever by a factor of 5. So I guess I just do shorts now. Kelly Smith, how you doing? Yeah. I'll take the cover of MCG over no magazine cover. Nice. Dr. Art, what is happening? Hopefully you guys went over and watched Dr. Art's video. He's the one that got all those clips of the launches in Tennessee that I was just talking about, which I really appreciate. So if you haven't checked out his video, you should do that. It's pretty cool. Kind of the behind the scene look. Yeah. All Classics asked how Big Richard is doing. I'm pretty sure I just saw a video from Art. I didn't have time to watch it, but I'm pretty sure he just said it wasn't going to make it. Judging by how I'm pretty sure it's still in pieces, that makes sense. Yeah, Brian Connor is here. Greetings from Lake Havasu. It's only 108 today. Nope. Don't want that. Oh, yes, Rocket Tom, if you haven't seen it, I know most of you guys do watch Tom's videos, but he dropped his second part of his road trip. Of course, the last 3 days he was with me riding back in the ramp truck, and so he's got video out on the ramp truck trip. Allegedly spoiling the surprise. It did make it home and all that. But anyway, I've got my video coming. That'll be out next week. So, yeah. But make sure you watch Tom's video, too. Guy Kugler says, hi, Jamie. Hi, Guy. Your demon sounds like a demon. That thing, it sounds really good. Everybody, everyone comments on how amazing it sounds. It does sound very good. I'm proud of that. I'm just so happy to have built an engine that is at least strong enough to break an axle shaft. That's cool. I enjoy that. Oh, and to everybody that said the 742 case wasn't strong enough or the 742 case exploded, no, it didn't. It's fine. Yep. Anyway, video on the failures coming up so you can see the glorious snapped axle shaft. Kelly Smith is pulling a Jamie off with the facial hair during the live, but it's from the other side of the camera. Nice. Very nice. Still have the 3 free t-shirts. I don't think yeah, I do actually. Oh. You got to get into the TCM codes. Yeah, MIL request means that car's got a separate transmission module. And so the transmission module sends a request to the PCM to turn on the light, but you have to get in the TCM to check the transmission fault codes. So, yeah. Todd Denio is up by the Canadian border. Yes, I was very far from you. Holy crap, I'm super behind on comments. I apologize. Megaparts also sells M&H. Okay, that's good to know. I thought, for some reason, I seem to recall Year One had an exclusive with M&H, but then that deal ended and they're available everywhere, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Dave Starkman, my road trip. Yes. Again, I am doing an actual road trip video. I wanted to release them in like chronological order, but that didn't happen. It is what it is. Coordinating with other channels to get the videos out there, and you gotta, everyone was eager to hear, and see how the drag race went, so that had to come out first. Excuse me. Sounds amazing in this. Oh, and Dave Stark subscribed to Mopar Joe after watching us. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to just Mopar Joe, you totally should. That guy's awesome. Really like him. Really looking forward to going back to Arkansas and hanging out with him more. That was a good time. We were just kind of on the same wavelength, like from the moment we got together. It was cool. Yep, Donnie's late, but I'm late to his comment, so I guess it is what it is. How's it going, Cave Dave? What is up? Oh, mostly Mopar had a massive gash on the bottom of my foot, but it's healed. Looking forward to get back into my shop tomorrow after a couple weeks of crutches. Ugh, that's rough. That is rough. Apparently Evan's guitar pickups also rule. Not familiar with that, but I'm familiar with Evan's drum heads. Oh. Bill James, need to fix the AC on the Cordoba. It had a bit of Freon in it a couple of years ago when I had to change the heater core. Easy to swap to 134? It is, yeah. You pretty much just change the fittings. Technically, you're supposed to change the lubricant in there for an oil that's compatible with 134. The original stuff isn't. You definitely want to evacuate it. Change the fittings, evacuate it. Yeah, find yourself an AC guy, and they should know exactly what to do. I think I saw a comment up there. Wendy English is in the comments. That's Mrs. One-Eyed Cat, I believe. So, thanks for being here. Oh, I'm tired. I need a nap. Nice. Cypher F is excited for the Charger build. Me too. And hope to see that Turbo Slant 6. Me too. I want to bring that car home, but I don't have anywhere to put it. And I don't have the funds right now. That trip, preparing the truck, fixing what I needed to fix on the Demon, and then fuel and hotel rooms, about 5 big ones. Yeah, so a month's income, basically. So I'm a little behind for a while. But we'll get there. Who dares message me? Oh, Donnie, that's my Thunderbird base. Oh, wrong way. That's my Thunderbird base. I got that thing, and I really, really liked it. And that was like my gateway drug to getting the Rickenbacker, because it was bright. I liked the bigger neck. I loved the sound. And then I got the Rickenbacker. I pick up the Thunderbird again and realize, oh, this sounds like garbage. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Freemaster. Yep, those batteries take me 2 hours to replace. Yeah, it's 2.5 is about what the thing said. The guide on whatever them guys. I told you I have one of their toolkits. I think my mom got me that for Christmas like 13 years ago. Anyway, yeah, so I got into it. I tried, I'm pretty sure it was you that told me that. Yeah, unplug the battery, and I did try that. No change. I tried the charger from the MacBook Air I bought. Did nothing. So yeah, I'm just going to order a battery. Good times. Yeah. I have to go to No Name. I've been challenged. Who challenged me? Oh, you challenged me and you wanted me to bring the Volari. That's right. The bees are back. Didn't mean to click that. Nice. Answer 14 is back. It says, hi there from the Mopar Valley in Northeast Ohio. Almost every Coronet bumper I saw for sale was in Ohio. Anyway, that faint sound you hear is a quarter panel deteriorating from salt immersion. That's good times. Nice. Mad Braxton from MS. While you were on your trip, I was on a trip from MS. Is that Missouri? Damn it. Or is that the other one? No, it's Mississippi. Missouri's MI. I knew that. I was just testing you. To Minneapolis, picking up a 73 Charger with a 444 speed. I had many A bodies long ago, but this is my first B body and big block. Nice. Very cool. I don't know if you've seen it, but of course I kind of helped restore a 73 Charger with a 440. Called that the Toolbox Charger. That's Tracy's car. He was in the comments. I don't know if he still is. But anyway, there's a whole playlist on that on my channel if you're interested. I really like 73 Chargers. I think they're cool. So yeah. Dave LA wants to know, do you have any general timing you use on a carb 5.9 Magnum with a stock cam? I got it running great with 18 initial, 32 total. However, it just does not like the vacuum advance hooked up. Really? With 18 to 32, that's 14-degree curve? Is that it? Huh. Yeah, I've had various engines like that where with the vacuum hooked up, they kind of like buck when the vacuum comes in, and then you floor it, the vacuum goes away, and they run fine. Maybe just run without the vacuum, because what you've got for a curve sounds about right. Maybe even 34 total. Maybe. Yeah. Well, you say 32 mechanical. You mean 32 total, right? With the mechanical advanced curve all in 32 degrees. Because, yeah, especially with stock cam, a hot rodded one, I'd be going for more like 24 to 26 initial, 32, 34 total. So you'd be tightening the curve. But with a stock cam, you should be just fine there. So, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't go any less than 32 total. David Biznett is here. It says, enjoyed Colin's vacation video of the Fury gone around the world. Great Eclipse footage. Enjoyed you and Uncle Tony's and Mopar Joe's footage as well. Great videos. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. And Saucel, how you doing there? Robert Fitch paid $500 for each of the two roads he owned in the 80s. I sold my last one for $600. Might have been $550. That was in Oregon City, Oregon in 2010. Those are selling for like $2,500 now. Or at least people are asking that, or even more, which is insane. Just insane. No, the springs weren't wrapping. Go back, zoom in, and watch the goddamn video again on slow motion. They were not wrapping. No, they weren't. Someone told me, you need to put a snubber against the floor. Dude, you're watching video of a car launch with the snubber against the floor. So clearly that guy didn't know what the hell he was looking at or talking about. Anyway, they were not wrapping. No, they weren't. The rears were fanning out. You could see them popping down. You are seeing 1 or 2 leaves pop down. You are not seeing the whole leaf wrap. I don't know what's hard to understand about that, but go watch it in slow motion. Seriously. Because I did. A lot. And I was driving the car. And I know what Wheelhop feels like, because I've drag raced a pickup truck before. Uh-huh. Oh, Pole Barn Garage was giving away shirts. I've never given away shirts. I'd have to buy them to have them to give them away. Anyway. Good evening, Empire Rust. How's it going? Robert Fitch, I clearly saw your left front not rotating on one of the Just Mopar Joe videos. Yeah, I think it pulled the wheel. But also, that might have been the past where I didn't let go of the button. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Torque, traction, 4-speed. Perfect way to break anything between the engine and the ground. It's good times. Colleen Tebow, how you doing? Yeah. Snubbers are too violent for today's tires. Good thing I'm running ancient friggin' race slicks, isn't it? That's good news, huh? How's it going, Robert? Paul Steinberg, I do not know when the issue of Mopar Collector's Guide that I will be on the cover of. Sorry, humble brag. I don't know when that's coming out. Again, I talked to them there, but they wanted to follow up with like a full interview and take notes and stuff, and I have not heard from them yet. Yeah. Oh, my sister dropped a link about 12 minutes ago to Dr. Art's channel, so if you want to go check out his video from the Great Ice Cream Cake Race, you can find it there. L.I. Andy is a few minutes late to the stream. It's okay, though. I brought gin. How you doing? Hope you brought enough to share. Adjustable traction bars, you're all good. Oh my God. There was a post in the B-Body Mopar group. A guy, Flynn Key, I think is his last name. Cool dude. He's got a General Mayhem replica. He's got a lot of cool cars, actually. At least I think it's him. And he was even in a Roadkill episode. Anyway, he posted, a pair of traction bars And he was asking, the question was, which one of these would be more period correct for the mid 1970s? My dad had a Coronet or whatever it was, just like this, and he had traction bars on it. Holy shit, the comments were stupid. Just like so stupid. The reason we don't use traction bars on a Mopar is because we don't need them. We've got pinion snubbers, and we've got short leaf spring segments, asymmetrical leaf springs, which we can clamp solid. So it does the same thing a traction bar does. But people don't seem to understand that. Everyone thinks if you put traction bars on a Mopar, you're a moron. Well, there are other ways to accomplish it. That's the thing. There are other ways to do it. You don't have to run the traction bars, and period Mopar racers usually didn't. But some did. And here's the thing. There were people in there saying, traction bars don't work on a Mopar. Traction bars make a Mopar slower. Absolute nonsense. They work. But so does clamping the leaf springs and putting a snubber on it. So, anyway. Friggin' maddening. Good times. No beret. Hey there, Hollywood Jamie. I'm not that. Great extra hours of entertainment this week. Loved it. Thank you, No Beret. Appreciate that. Yeah. David wants to know, how long did it take for that grin you had after the race to remove itself from your face? Middle of Missouri. Middle of Missouri when I was getting real tired. Yep. The Empire Rest. If Tom, he did. Okay, he responded. Yeah, that one was in Billings area. Nice. Hans Sossel, bought myself an orange 72 Charger today. 318 Automagic with a bench seat. One of my all-time dream cars. That's awesome. Congratulations. I like those late Chargers. I've had, I think I've had 3 or 4 of them. I can never keep that straight. No. Strategy for launching better. Yeah, suck less. Dale watched the videos, and he told me to raise my leave RPM to get around the bog. If you watch the video with Mopar Joe, the launches were exquisite. When I got to Tennessee, I let the tires down too much, and there was better traction. And so it was a little more traction-y and a little more violent. And what I really needed to be doing there was easing off the clutch a little bit more. But I was all antsy in my pantsy. I knew what I needed to do. I just didn't do it. It's like when I went to the track last year and people were, tearing me a new one because I didn't bang shift. Well, I know how to do that, but I'm still trying to figure out how to launch on a tree. I'm trying to figure out how to time things right. I'm trying to go from A to B to C to D to then being good at everything. And it's hard to do all that in one go. I challenge any of you to hop in a 4-speed car and go make successful drag passes, unless you've been doing it for decades. So anyway, I got plans. I replaced the broken axle shaft, I loosened the rear brakes, and I installed 48 gears. And I'm going to buy an actually accurate tire pressure gauge. So we will do that. David Lewis, a lot of people have asked this. Everyone seems to think that Tony needs to drive up here for the rematch. And the thing is, that will never happen. And I'm fine with that. I understand that. He doesn't travel anymore. He doesn't want to drive up here. And it's hard to blame him, I wouldn't expect that. So, no, we won't be seeing Tony up here anytime soon. And that's fine. Nice. Oh, cool. One-Eyed Cat says, Just Mopar Joe donated an old Voodoo cam for an RV 440 build. It's going to No Name this year. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Chris Freemesser was in the comments with that same response I just gave on Tony. He's not going to do that. And that's fine. I'm nuts enough to put my precious on the back of my crappy Ram truck and drive 6,000 miles round trip, turns out. Yeah. But he's not going to do that. And that's fine. Nice. T-Bird75 has done 2 R12 to 134A swaps. I've only ever done one. It was on a 71 Cadillac, and it worked great. All I did was put the fittings on it and put an R134 out of those stupid cans, and it worked awesome. So, yeah. Yeah. McLovin Garage, there's another video that's coming up. Now that you've had some up close and personal time with a ramp truck, good God, have I done that. What do you want to change to make it even better than it is now? Maybe you talk about that in your road trip video. Yes, I do. I have a lot of ideas for that, like a lot. Number one, better seats. And I'm strongly leaning towards suspension mounts, suspension seats, or air ride for the cab, or both. That needs to happen. I need to rebuild the driveline, and that's fine. It needs a stick swap. That automatic is on borrowed time. I knew that when I bought it. It is what it is. It needs a stick swap, and I'm not sure which way that's going to go yet. I've been thinking Ford ZF5. That's a really good manual. NV4500, 5600, even a Getrag, which is what would have been in it. Whatever I can get my hands on, basically. But it needs a stick swap, no question. For the kind of hauling I want to do, stick swap. That's coming. I'm even considering a 10-speed, like Eaton, semi-transmission. I think that would be awesome, but it's kind of overkill. And I'm also a little bit worried about weight. So, yeah, we'll figure that out. Some kind of manual transmission is going to happen. Exhaust brake needs to happen. Other brake upgrades need to happen. I'm going to change out the rear axle for a newer one, hopefully with disc brakes and a better ratio. And it needs to be wider so I can actually install airbags. Airbags need to happen. Those are the big ticket items. I need to reinforce the front frame, I think, because it's kind of doing this number, which is not good. And then I have this crazy idea. I want to put a tilt nose on that truck. I think it would be cool. I think I'm giving up on the cab swap, so I'm going to backdate it to like a 70s style truck. And they actually somebody makes a fiberglass tilt nose for the 70s trucks. So I think I'm going to get one of those. It's kind of spendy, but so is everything else I just mentioned. So this is a long-term project. It's not all going to happen at once, but I love the truck. In theory, in practice, it performed admirably. It got about 14 miles a gallon. On average, it cruised at 75, 80, no problem. Yeah, so I'm going to keep improving it bit by bit, but I love the truck. It did exactly what I wanted it to, so yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, Josh, if you haven't heard, he bought the green truck with the camper on it, sight unseen. Poor bastard. And I think we're going to do an engine in that, so that will be coming up. Excuse me. If it won't power up with the battery replaced, then replacing the battery won't do anything. But I haven't replaced the battery. I need a battery with some juice in it to plug in. But I don't have one, so I'm just going to have to buy one. And I don't know. Or maybe you meant unplugged. Won't power up with the battery unplugged? Is that what you're saying? Disconnected, that's what you meant. The logic board, don't tell me that. I don't want to know that. Missouri is M-O. What did I say? What's M-I? Michigan. Listen. Half Fast Garage is here from Power Tour. How's it going there? Thanks for joining us here. Glenn Romy wants to know, why are those two wires coming from ignition to the positive side of the choke? Well, you should have the little ceramic choke assist resistory thingy. It's that. Two wires go to that. And then that connects to the choke stove. I assume that's what you're talking about. Huh. My mom's phone still thinks she's in Ohio. That's entertaining. CC777 needs a hood for a 67 Coronet. I don't have one of those. I have a trunk lid, though. Nah, it's for 66, I guess. Nice. Hey, Dad. Yes, B. Can you open this? It would be my pleasure. But
You gotta put the thingy.
what the heck? Ah! What is right there? What is that? What are we? What is this?
It's the soda Mama bought me.
Ramune? Maybe I can't open it.
You have to press it with this, and I can't do it.
Oh. There you go.
Thank you.
Wow, that's fancy. Amazing.
Very hard.
Yeah. You're welcome. Bye. Yeah. Josh misses the toolbox charger being around. Yeah, I like that car. We'll be doing more on it. He's gonna enjoy it for the summer, and then we're going to do the rear axle swap. We're putting 3 9s in that car. I don't even know why. Yeah, I got savage for a minute there. When you see the video on the failure and what happened and everything, and just kind of wrapping up, that's coming next week as well. I got really pissed off at the end over exactly those same comments. I don't know why. It just really bugs me. Like, I'm all for constructive criticism, but like, could you look? Could you just watch the video? Like, I watched the same video you're watching. I had Mopar Joe next to the track watching me launch, taking videos, knelt down under the car, watching the suspension work. Okay, if it was wheel hopping, we would have made a change. That's not what was happening. So, yeah. I can get savage from time to time. Christian Lilly, how you doing? I'm doing great, actually. I'm just kind of taking it easy, by which I mean working my butt off doing yard work. Over yonder. Yeah. I have a question for you. Is it really worth it to restore my second-gen Dodge Ram 1500? Probably not, unless you really, really like it. I mean, they're good trucks, but restoring it, like fully restoring it, you'll never see that money again. So you better really, really like it. Yeah. Dan Tepper says, suspension was doing fine until the axle said goodbye. I agree. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I was basically, I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing with the clutch. And I think what I was doing was just sidestepping it, essentially. Now, Dale told me he never, eased it out of the hole. He pretty much just, as fast as his foot would come up, is how he dealt with the clutch. And it worked for him. The bog is the issue. As you could see, there is plenty of traction. There's plenty of weight transfer. I mean, I came fully prepared to do all kinds of things. I brought dead shocks. I brought different rear shocks. We could tune the rear shocks. We could change the tire pressure. We could adjust the snupper. We could have done a lot of stuff. Excuse me again. But we got to that track in Arkansas, and the thing was just launching beautifully. So we went, yep, it's good. Just how it is, it's good. Maybe it could be improved on a little bit, but it's looking really good, and we're going to leave it alone. So that's what we did. It seemed to grip really well. So that's the thing. I think that might help me roll out. Now, Dale says he didn't do that. He relied on spinning tires to get out of the hole, essentially. So I have a bog. I have some ideas for helping to deal with that as well. Timing related and carb tune related. So we'll see. But yeah, the getting around the bog, that'll be the next trip, and doing so without destroying axle shafts because I'm running out of those. Yeah. Cleveland Maker is here and says, hey, Jamie, big C guy here. Yep. Can't wait to see the Plymouth. We'll get you in a Royal Lancer yet. Hang on. I might get myself in a Royal Lancer. Oh, awesome. I love money. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Dan Tepper sent it to me, but I'd already seen it. It was, I think I'm buying another 2-post lift finally. Look at it! If the thing will ever focus. There you go. 55 Dodge Royal. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I have this thing for 55 sedans. I've owned a Plymouth and a Chrysler, so I need a Dodge, and then eventually a DeSoto, and I will have the whole set. Hello? Focus. Hello? Really? I guess I'm just fuzzy now. Ah, we're back. Anyway, good times. Good times. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could see the wheels like almost slamming all the way to the ground. So that's why I think I need to raise the air pressure a little bit there. It was pretty good when I was with Joe. I did review the footage and it was still slamming it a little bit. But in Tennessee, it almost, like the rim almost hit the ground. So I know the air pressure needs to come up. That would have helped. I know it was too low and that was not helping. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, suspension's doing what it's supposed to do. Exactly. Yep, you saw it. You saw it. No, a lot of viewers don't know what a hard launch with slicks looks like. They don't know how these Mopar suspensions work. They don't know what these cars did in the day when they were set up that way. Everything I have done to this car is replicating. Robert Hill, there was no radial prep at this track, so chill. There wasn't VHT radial prep. It wasn't that. Yes, on a radial prep track, you're right. But on the tracks I was running on, no. Why? Why do you want to fight? Why do we have to fight? Can't we just hang out? It's a classic style slick on a non-radial prep track. Everything I was doing, as I was just saying, is a throwback to what was done in the 70s. The setup on the car replicates everything written in the direct connection book. The tire replicates the slick tire, essentially, that they would have been running then. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to keep doing. If we were on a radial prep track, I would put the frickin' drag radials back on it. The brand new ones I just bought. And then we'd play with the snubber setup. And we do some other things differently, too. So, I know what I'm doing. We're good. Anyway. Yeah. Wow. No, I've never seen that. I have heard of Mustangs lifting one front tire. I've heard of them hanging one tire, but I think that was with like frame connectors and stuff. Anyway, drink for commenter voice. I forgot about that rule. Is anyone still playing the Dodge Garage drinking game? Mm-hmm. Yes, I have seen Steve Magnante's GoFundMe. Last time I saw it, it was like over $250,000. So, yeah, good for him. I'm glad people are stepping up. It's awesome. I wonder. I'm going to check again. You know what? Just for science. Let's see. See what he's at. 373,000. That's amazing. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, the people have really stepped up on that one. Yeah. Ask the crew what this is. I'm going to screw up my camera again. It's a Dodge. That's what it is. That's all I know. Mm-hmm. Good times. Hello. It'll focus again eventually. Half-fast garage. 16-inch wheels and 30-inch tires on my D150. No wheel hop at all. Good for you. Mine was horrible. It's 1970. It was lowered. Just stock springs. Nothing special done. Street tires. And it was violent. It was bad. So bad. And that was on an airstrip, you know, so it wasn't prepped at all. I still did okay out there. Yeah, my friend Mike owns that truck right now. He's trying to sell it. I sold it to him years ago. He sold it and then bought it back, and now he's tired of looking at it because it's a rusty pile now. So he's trying to sell it, and I strongly considered getting that back and doing drag truck stuff, but yeah, too many projects. Andy, shot for every comment about Wheelhop. We are gonna be drunk. Yeah, Empire Rust. What sway bar would I need to use to upgrade the front suspension of my wagon? Any you can get your hands on. I really like the Hellwigs. They just bolt on. The Hotchkiss sway bars are great too, but you have to weld things on to mount those. So Yeah. There you go. Either one of those will do just fine. Even a factory one, if you don't have one at all. And our wagon came from the factory without one. I almost put the one off my Charger because I upgraded the one on my Charger, 66 Charger. I almost put that one on our wagon. Never did it. And then Mike got the Hellwig. So, dude, it works. You've seen the video, I think. It works. It's so good. Rooster says, before pinion snubbers, and I'm sure he means adjustable pinion snubbers, because, of course, Chrysler had factory pinion snubbers before then. But yeah, there were only traction bars, and my Roadrunner still sports them and lifted the tires a foot. Exactly. I was waiting for your comment, because I know you've been there and done that, and these idiots that say traction bars don't work on Mopars. Yeah. Mark M, how you doing? Having a Ron Burgundy week. I'm kind of a big deal. My apartment smells of rich mahogany. I have many leather-bound books. Yeah, minor internet celebrity. That's where I'm at. Anyway, good evening, Bill Johnson. How you doing? CC777 sheared the leaf spring feet off the axle. I don't know what that was. That's a hell of a trick, dude. Nice work. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Couple clamps and a pinion snubber. Don't forget the pinion snubber. That's important. But yeah, we don't need them. That's the point I'm making. But they do work. And anyone that says they don't work is a moron. I think we can agree on that. They work. Anyway. Also, those yellow Lakewood slapper bars are friggin' sweet. Especially with the big stickers. The Lakewood triangle. And then what's the other one? God damn, what does it say? I can't remember. But it's really cool. BCC Photech, do you think you would do better with a Pro Tree? I don't know. But I'm learning things, I mean, I managed a reaction time that started with a 0 in Tennessee, so I'm getting it. I just remember, the passes you saw in the 2 videos last week were my 6th through 12th or 13th drag strip passes. Previous no traction streetcar truck arm drop airstrip runs notwithstanding. Just saying, I'm getting better. Gotta practice. I haven't practiced. Yes, I saw his post about that. I don't know what it is, but it's hilarious. Josh Jesh wants to know, would an Uncle Tony rematch be with the Demon or Garbage Can? I don't know. I have no idea. If I could get the friggin' Demon, there again, in one piece, I'd love to rerun it. That would be fair. But what I'm going to do is practice at local tracks here and see if I can actually put a time down. So we will see. Todd Denio says that I did everything right in that last run against Tony. No wheel hop, just too much traction for the axle. It's racing. Things break, especially with a stick and slicks. And that's the thing, Before, I had the drag radials on it, so, and especially older ones, and so it would just blow the tires off and it was safe. Now I've got traction. Not so safe. So we need to work on that. All automatics need a stick swap. If I had a friggin' dollar for every person that has commented and said, put a 727 in it, it would be way faster with a 727, I'd have a lot of dollars. David Lewis wants to know, did you write any new songs on your trip? No. But multiple songs that I wrote on road trips in that part of the world, came back to me, and I was, rewriting them on the road. And I got home and I started playing those again. I think I mentioned I'm currently recording my next album, whatever that means. It's called Big Things. Big Things coming soon. Which is fun for me. Anyway, there's a lot of silly stuff on there. But yeah, I'm going to use some of those songs. I've been writing songs for years that I just never did anything with. So yeah, but no, I didn't write any new ones. My sister reminds everybody, please give the like button a slap, tickle, poker, friendly high five to help the channel out. It's 100% free. So please do that. I appreciate it. Ah, man, people keep leaving every time I yell at other people. Maybe it's the people I'm yelling at, and I'm fine with it. End of time. The truck has a working AC system. Works great. All I need to do is get the pressure switch connected and some other things. Yeah, the AC works, so I don't need that. But it is a funny idea. Answer 14. Could you maybe have a 2-speed rear in the Ram truck? I could, but the thing about 2-speed rears is they're all for medium duty or bigger trucks. And so those 2-speed axles, the two ratios are like 7 something and then 5 something. And with the height of tires I'm running, nah, ain't gonna work. So no, I'm going for ideally a 354 rear. I think that's what we're going to end up with. That's the taller of the ratios used in second gen Rams, and that's what I'm trying to get an axle from. Bell James says air ride semi seats are generally too tall for a pickup cab, and I understand that. It's not that I'm going to take the seats whole from a semi. I have some different ideas, some various ideas. And we'll figure something out. I got to find a set of seats first. There are suspension mounts for boats available, so that's one possibility. There are suspension bases that do run with air that I could put a regular pickup seat on top of. So yeah, there are a lot of options there. We'll figure that out. But again, what I may do instead is air ride on the cab. I've already looked at kits for it, and if I'm going to put a tilt nose on it, then the nose no longer has to be attached to the cab. I can leave a gap. It's okay if the cab moves. So I've got a lot of different things in mind. We'll just see what ends up being cheapest and easiest. It doesn't ride that bad at 60. Big chunks taken out of the road hurt. So that I need to do something to deal with that. So yeah. Yeah. JMR. Jamie, I have a 2012 Charger SE 3.6 5-speed transmission. We've had it in the shop 2 times. Keeping it 3 weeks, working about 2 weeks. After we get it, it's sitting in our garage. Well, what's wrong with it? Yeah, as Tom mentioned, the AC was the one thing that worked perfectly. Yeah. Paul Steinberg, all I need to do is practice. Okay? I know how to do it. And if you watch the videos with Mopar Joe, about the 3rd run, I was really getting after it, and someone commented on his video and said, "Holy crap, Jamie can actually shift." That sounded like an automatic going down the strip. I'm capable of doing it. I know how to do it. I know what to do. Okay, that's not what I need. What I need is practice, and we'll get there. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And Eaton 10 speeds are all over Facebook Marketplace. But I need to find one that's overdrive. So I need to do a little bit more research, make sure I get the right part number, and it's got to match up to the smaller SAE pattern that I can get for the Cummins. Robert Hill is out because we were talking about racing pickup trucks and Herb McCandless. Okay, bye, Robert Hill. See you next time, or whatever. Yeah. Can still drive it like a 5-speed or skip gears. They can. The small ones still handled 1,400 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, exactly. Everybody, all over Marketplace, you see people getting rid of Eaton 10 speeds to upgrade to 13 speeds or whatever. 10 speeds, perfect for me. It is heavy, though, and I'm a little bit concerned about adding a whole bunch of weight. I'm going to lose the transmission cooler, so that's good. But that's only probably like 12 pounds. Cooling lines. The cooler on the block. It would be interesting to weigh everything and see where it ends up. But I know the 10 speed's going to be heavy. And I'm really dangerously close to 10,000 pounds already, and I don't want to exceed that. So, yeah, we'll see. I think 10 speed. I think it would be super badass. But we will see. JMR. Okay, so the transmission won't shift out of first gear. Could it be the TCM? Well, it could be, yeah, but it could also be wiring. It could also be a transmission solenoid. There are a lot of different issues, and hopefully you can find a shop that's smart enough to get into the transmission codes and understand them, because there will be a code that explains what's going on. Yeah. Oh, Josh Shesh has a Super 10 Eaton I can have. I run 13 speeds in the semis. Yep, Super 10. You split every gear instead of running through the bottom 5. Split into high. Run 5 again like a regular 10. Nice. Oh, you split every... Okay, instead of... Gotcha. So you're constantly flipping the switch, which is awesome. Well, you're going to be out here eventually. Is it an overdrive transmission, though? And I bet that's going to be the big bell housing. And you can change the bell housing, too. But then I have to find a bell housing. God. Yeah. Oh, Robert Hill thinks I'm an idiot. So, screw you, Robert Hill. You're banned. Go away. I'm tired of you. I gave you every chance. But you know what? Lick the dark part of my butt. I've had enough. I'm literally, hold on. Hang on. Stop communication. Ban. Bye! Screw that guy. Anyway. Dark Jamie has arrived. Yep. Steve Beggs is such a good dude. Like I said, it really gives you the warm and fuzzies to see like an outpouring like that for him. It's awesome. So yeah. John Chapman. Yes, I have. Oh, I misread that. GPS speedometer. No, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna go ahead and fix it. It's just a wiring problem. You don't need the PCM. If I'm recalling correctly, you don't need the PCM for the electronic speedo to work. You can just use the sensor straight on the transmission. So that's what I'm going to do. I thought what you wrote was a gas speedometer, which I took to mean an earlier speedometer. You can use the earlier dash and its cable drive, and I could just put the cable adapter on it, and it would work perfectly fine. So I thought about that, but yeah, I'm probably just going to fix the dashes there. I'm also considering building a custom dash. And I could do a GPS speedo. That would be fine. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to do... I have a lot of ideas. So I kind of need to like narrow my focus. I need to decide what components I'm using. If I do the 10-speed, I might have to do a GPS speedo because I won't be able to use the Chrysler Drive anymore. And I don't know. I believe most of those use a sensor. The newer ones do. And I don't know if it's compatible in any way. Probably not. So yeah, GPS speedo might be the way. Full custom dash. I want an EGT gauge. I want a temp gauge for the trans, but when I go stick, I don't need that. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Rodney Bird. So I have I'm running a diaphragm. It was brand new with like 15 miles on it when I hit the drag strip. Center Force from the 90s, and yeah, it's not the best clutch for the application. A 3-finger would be better for what I'm doing. It is what it is. Yeah. Todd Denial. Somehow my phone just blocked someone by itself. Nice. Very nice. Oh, thank you, David Lewis. David Lewis sent over $20 and said a trauma gift for crappy slapper bar comments. I appreciate it. That's good stuff. It's fine, you know? I put myself out there. I have to expect this stuff, and I do, but like, God, there's a certain point where it's just so short-sighted and stupid. Like, it's just so stupid. Yeah. Oh, I missed this comment a little bit ago. Spitfire Mike. I was a little anxious at the tree. You literally, the attempted run where I snapped an axle shaft next to Tony and lost in front of thousands of YouTube viewers. It was like my 12th drag strip run. Yeah, I was anxious and nervous. I'll get there. I'll get there. No beret. Would you people quit upsetting Jamie, please? Nice. Please and thank you. Don't feed the trolls either. Cypher F. Yeah, sad my MP435 has a cracked bell housing. That is inconvenient. You could probably fix it, though. Yeah. I'd guess that everyone continually struggles to get their launches fine-tuned and occasionally has breakage. I bet you're right. I bet with practice they get better at it, and that's literally the one thing I haven't had. I don't know how many times I had to say it. Nice. Oh, my mom's still playing the DDG drinking game? Oh, my sister says we're all alcoholics or we all stop drinking together. One or the other. Yeah, that was Bill Johnson. My mom found one of the Schilling Blackberry pears in the back of the fridge. Nice. Very nice. Mm-hmm. All right, those were all comments I missed earlier, and I'm not even sure how. Todd Denial, how do I unblock whoever my phone just blocked? I don't know. Empire Rust, that should be the right way to tag people, but I don't think it works unless you're a mod. If you're a mod, you can tag people. Bring the demon down to Mopar Nationals in Woodburn. I'm strongly considering it. I want to do that. I really want to do that, and I'm trying to convince my friend Rob to bring his GTX down there, but that's another story. Oh, no, the Turtle song will not be on that album. I do need to release it on the internet, though. I will do that. Yeah, the stick is a lot more fun. I have no interest in, like... Okay, I may eventually be making drag racing passes in my 69 Charger, the piece of crap one. That'll have the cool 440 and everything. You know, for fun. That's not really my intended use for the car, but I'll do it. But I want to drag race with a 4-speed. And I don't care if I'm bad at it. I literally do not care if I'm bad at it. I've shown being bad at it on the internet so many times, and I'm going to do it again. That's what I want to do, and I hope everyone understands that. Dalton Sparks is late, but made it. Hope all is well. It's pretty well here. Pretty well or goodly-ish. Rich Shim sent $5 for my thoughts. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate that. What do you think about Elderbrock EFI system on a 440? I bought it, so I'm using it. Okay, well, you bought it. It's your money. Me? No. Won't do it. Won't do it at all. But yeah, if it works for you, great. I'm just not that guy. Not that guy at all. Glenn Urami says they deserve to be yelled at, and I'm inclined to agree, or I wouldn't have done it. A little higher rear gear ratio will get the turbo going sooner, too. That is very true. I did the delete on that guy. I've had enough. Little higher rear gear will get the turbo going sooner. Yes, it will. More load, more boostuses. Of course, the stock turbo, is it called the H1C? It's something like that. The stock turbo on the VE 12 Cummins is tiny, teeny, tiny, itty bitty. So I'm going to be upgrading the turbo as well, but that will be, again, it's on the list. Upgraded turbo, over-torqued head bolts, bigger injectors, turn the pump up. Not a lot, just a little. Once we have more boost, you know, we need more fuel to feed it. So yeah, there are some things I want to do, but that's all someday stuff. Guy Kugler wants to know if I have any plans for racing a quarter mile. I will if I find a quarter mile track, but all the local ones are 8th, so yeah. And Bruce Nichols mentioned farm tractor suspension seat mounts. Yes, my tractor has one. So yeah. I've considered that as well. Ben Braddock, hear me out. You, Uncle Tony, and Just Mopar Joe travel around doing garage rescue for stalled old Mopar projects. Motor Trend, get in on this. Probably won't. Todd, are you sure you didn't see? Can other people even block people in chat? You might just be seeing the comments from the user I blocked. Don't know. Ben Braddock, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Uncle Tony's willing to travel. I don't think Motor Trend's willing to hire him. I don't think he'd say yes if they did. I don't want to work for Motor Trend, but I do want them to call. It would be nice if they called. You know what I mean? It would just be nice to be thought of. But yeah, I do occasionally help people with their Mopar projects. They usually have to come to me for that, but yeah. Yeah, cool idea. You know, Mopar Joe and I, buddy cop movie across the country, fixing Mopar, so that'd be fun. Hank Reardon says aftermarket Jeep suspension seats, definite maybe. They make a CJ7 much nicer to drive and wheel. I'll keep an eye out for Jeep. Yeah, Jeep stuff. Because I'm sure that would fit. The other thing I was going to say is I actually want the seats a little higher. I don't want my head in the headliner, but I've got like probably that much room to deal with. So my legs are a little more vertical. I actually said that to Tom while we were talking about that. I want a little bit more seat height. I'm going to put bucket seats in it with a folding center console armrest storage thingy, like from a 3rd gen. And I want bucket seats, and I want suspension mounts, and I want them higher up. Not super high, but higher up. Empire Rust says, I think if the axle was slightly farther back on the ramper, it may help the ride quality while loaded. The ride quality while loaded is vastly superior to the ride quality while unloaded. I'm not moving the axle. I'm not doing that. The factory frame is bobbed like that far behind the rear spring perch. I can't move the axle, and I'm not going to try. So, yeah. I don't think it's a problem. I think it's okay where it is. I mean, further back would be great, but it already handles like a school bus, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to deal with the problem in other ways, but that thing feels, it feels stable, feels solid, doesn't feel top heavy. It drives nice. The ride quality over bumps, that is where the issues are. Barry Kuda, how you doing there? What is happening? Felix La Fuente is here and says, greetings from Cabo. Awesome work. Keep going. Congrats. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mexican Spec, what is up? Looks like the Tony crowd is coming in, so welcome. Import Still Suck wants to know, wouldn't you need like a 14-inch body lift to fit an Eaton under there? No, I don't think so. They are wide, but I'm more than willing to hack stuff, modify things. I actually was considering a body lift anyway for other reasons, so if I have to do that, I'll do it. That's not a problem. Yes, Stray Bullet. I got back Tuesday night, 11:30 local time. Yeah. Richard Scott. Hey, Jamie. Hi, Richard. Ooh, Valiant. What do you think of maybe Mopars in Tennessee from Chat Room with Tony? I don't know what that means. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, Robert Hill had one more comment and I didn't see it. Dang it. Well, we'll never know. Bill Johnson. I have not checked the Dead Dodge Garage email since my computer crashed. So if you sent something there, I apologize. I haven't seen it yet. I need to get back into that on my new laptop, so I will do that and get back to you. Yeah. Practice and just a little stouter setup. You'll be going on the rear bumper with those 48s. Well, we'll see. I don't think that, but we'll see. We'll see. Here's my thinking. I think the 48 is a better match for the 28-inch tall tire. I think just the gear change is going to help me with the bog out of the hole already. It's going to help get the engine up into the working range. I think a little more air pressure than I ran in Tennessee, a little softer on the clutch, and possibly raise the RPM. And the 48s, I think we're going to be somebody. So we'll see. We will see. I will be, if all goes well, I'm hoping to go test that Bremerton next Friday. We'll see. Abel D, what's happening? Yeah, everybody hopping in from Uncle Tony's. Thanks for joining us. We've got 204 watchers out there, so thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. And if you don't mind, hit the like button on the stream, unless you don't like what you're seeing. Like that guy that's no longer winning with us. Yeah, Brian L. Exactly. For local pickups, that ramp truck is exactly what you need. Yep, totally. A bodies and maybe B bodies. Maybe. Yeah, that guy just wants to fight all the time. I mean, I welcome other people's opinions, but he just wants to be a giant dick about it. You know what? I don't need that shit in my life. Bye-bye. I don't want to be that guy who like throws out anybody that disagrees or says I'm wrong, because I'm wrong all the time. I'm still learning. Like if you're not learning, what the hell are you doing? Like, yeah, that's not it. I'm not going to throw out anyone that disagrees with me. That guy's just a dick for no reason. He already he wasn't showing up anymore because I insisted that the 318 Charger is a muscle car. This is the Jamie from the evil Star Trek universe. No, this is hold on. Community. Alternate timeline. Dang it, what do they call that? Can't remember. Anyway, I could be a member of the Borg, I suppose. What the hell was his problem? This isn't UTG. Nice. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, Robert Hill's the reason for that warning Bill Johnson got that one time. I didn't realize that. Ray, what's up? How's it going? Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. Russ Peter Sterlix is here and says, Jamie was at AutoZone yesterday and saw the big spools of red wire. Made me think of your recent rewiring video. Here are some of the different lengths of wire I used. That was fun. Chuck Elliott, being a Mopar fan a long time, I thought maybe a lower gear would have helped with your boggin. That's exactly what I just said. I guarantee it's going to help. Here's the reason I didn't do it before is one, I was lazy. Two, it already had 410s and they work pretty well. And three, my thinking was the 360 is not going to spin to 6,500. It's not going to make power at 6,500 RPM like the 340 did. And so my concern by going to the 48s, I'm afraid the engine might rev too fast. Does that make sense? It's like it'll be trying to get out of the engine's working range. So that was my thinking. But the bog ruined, that's fine. We'll up the rev limiter. We'll find the limit and we'll go with the lower gear. Josh Homan, welcome aboard, and thanks for being here. Rooster will never be banned because I have to sleep there occasionally. I get to sleep there occasionally, and I love his cooking and cinnamon rolls. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, what my mom says. Rich Shim, what do I think about the Edelbrock EFI system? I just wouldn't. It looks complicated and crazy. It might work really well. I don't know, but I'm not going to find out. I treated Tony, so I won in Rooster's book. If you watch the video, and he says, because I didn't get a time slip, obviously, I didn't finish the run. He says it showed a reaction time for my lane on his ticket. I went back and watched the footage and watched the scoreboard, and it never showed a reaction time. So I don't know. Yeah, Robert Hills. He's banned from the comments now. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know what the reaction time was. I have no way of knowing that. And, I don't think Tony wants to share that. I wouldn't, if I were him, if it wasn't a good one, I don't know. But anyway, he doesn't like publicizing his times because then the people come out of the woodwork and complain about it like people do to me all the time. Anyway, I don't know what the reaction time would have been, but I do know if you watch the footage, my car moves and then stops moving because I snapped an axle, and then his car moves. And so that right there, I don't know how much of a difference it was, but I do know it was something. And if I could have gotten a good, clean run out of the Demon, he still would have won, but it would have been really close. It would have been a great race. So yeah, really disappointing. Oh, well. Dave Saylor is still waiting for the PT Cruiser gasser build. When I get the right car, it's on. Stray Bullet 3393. Only 12 runs and you thought that you could take on Tony? Why not? What? Trial by fire, baby. Let's do it. I don't want it easy. Richard Scott, I'm running, what car were you using on your 360? Currently, it is a Holley 750 double pumper. It's actually like a quick fuel, I think, QFT. I was strongly considering going back to the Edelbrock because I put the Holley on the 340 thinking it might help the horrible launching problems I had with that, and it made no difference. That same carb on the 360, it just works so well. Like, if I had any inkling of, before these runs, because obviously the bog, we're dealing with the bog, right? Could well be a fuel tuning problem. I know that. We're not there yet. Let's work through everything piece by piece, right? If the 360 with the Holly, it just works great. It revs clean. Before I had traction, there was zero bog. There was no hesitation. The squirter tuning is good. Like everything. The jetting, I've pulled plugs. I've checked it. It works really well. So it is what it is. It's fresh out of the box QFT 750 double pumper. I was strongly considering putting the Edelbrock back on, and everyone will hate me for that. So I kind of want to do that. Good times. Good times. Nice. I guess they had to ban somebody over at Tony's live tonight too. Friggin' idiots. Jeff Hutchins, how you doing? Glad you made it. 10 speeds is a lot of shifting for a car and some stuff. Yeah, I know that. So that's why I think the 10 speed would be awesome. Also remember that'll be clutchless rev matching, floating gears, because those are non-synchronized. But yeah, it is a lot of shifting and it would be awesome. I want to build a tiny semi. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to build a tiny semi. Ever since getting my Power Wagon on the road and floating gears in that, now I want that. And I want a truck that's very semi-like, but tiny. So that's kind of what I have in mind. That's kind of why I'm thinking even raising the cab like we were just talking. That's kind of why I think a 10-speed would be awesome. With a 10-speed, I could put a trailer behind this and tow with a car on it. I could move the world. It would be awesome. Regular 5-speed would probably do that too, but that's not the point. Anyway, we'll see. A ZF5, an NV4500, either of those would do just fine for me. So if that's what I come across, that's what I'll use. Stuck up on clutches. I have a pile of them. Uncle Savage. Uncle Tony's lost son. Dude, did anyone else think that we looked like father and son in those videos? A lot of people did. Many comments said that. Very funny. Todd, you corrected me once, and then I don't think you were here for a while, but I actually recorded it to memory, and then I didn't see you for a bit. But yeah, it's Denio. I remember distinctly. I have like a visual memory, and I remember distinctly the comment where you typed it's Denio. So, yeah. Good times. Yeah, Uncle dead. Yeah. Ray, is anyone else tired of assholes pulling out in front of you in your hot rod? People do that to my brother all the time. I don't know why. Doesn't usually happen to me. It's easy to criticize the skill of your launches from the driver's seat of a lazy boy. Very, very true. But again, you know, there are people in the comments who have been there, who have done that, who know where I need to go and what I need to do. And I value their opinions, right? So I still read all of these comments. That's what I'm here to do. So, yeah. Rust Beater Derelicts. Yeah, you missed the armchair quarterbacks. Everyone thinks that I have wheel hop. Everyone thinks my car was wheel hopping violently, and everyone is wrong. Not everyone, but a good few people. Yeah. Idaho Lyman is here and says, a little late, bud, but I made it. Went with the BorgWarner S362 SXE with bigger injectors and piston lift pump. Don't remember the specs on injectors. I'll get there. Like I say, I'm not going to remember any of that right now, but BorgWarner turbo, huh? Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Oh, normal users can block other normal users. I didn't know that. Huh. Yeah. Motor Trend wouldn't touch Tony with a 10-foot pole, and he wouldn't go there if they would. Yeah. Nice. Rooster, bad news on your turbo. I sold my friend Miles a Cummins truck, and allegedly I sold him a turbo, and that turbo allegedly exploded for reasons. So I kind of had to give him yours. Well, he paid me what I paid you, I guess. I think I ended up eating the shipping because I'm an idiot. But anyway, yeah, I would have liked to have done that. I'm going to be looking for another one. Or one of those BorgWarners. You know, we'll figure something out. A Terra Fiddler just got here. Earlier, I was watching your brother in the white Plymouth drive across the country. Awesome. Thanks for watching that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I thought it was a good video. I watched it myself. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if Motor Trend called Tony, he wouldn't do that. Good God, he wouldn't do that. And I don't blame him. Yeah. Robert Fitch wants to know, what is the purpose of the riser plate between the carbon intake? Do I need that 3/8 inch one currently on my Super 6? I wouldn't take it off. Carb spacer's a good thing. It basically what it does, essentially, with your 2-barrel, it helps, assuming it's an open spacer, it helps equalize the vacuum signals between the two sides of the intake, and that can improve torque. It can smooth out cylinder distribution, which on a slant 6 is already interesting. So yeah, if there's one on there, I would leave it, unless you have some particular reason that you need to take it off. Yeah. I would leave it there. Jeff Keller, when you upgrade the ramp truck, be aware of the input shaft for the transmission. I'm not going to do that with that transmission. That transmission will be gone. Sorry, you may have missed the memo, but I am not making any more. I would never. I'm not that much of a dumbass. So I would never try to make a bunch of power with that automatic. That automatic is on borrowed time. It had beautiful, clean fluid. When I bought it, I knew the moment I bought it, even so, it's on borrowed time. That transmission is not going to last. Hopefully it can do this one trip, and it did. And I'm really happy it did. But I'm going to put a stick in it. Once I put a stick in it, then we'll make some power. And that's really just, so I can get up mountain passes without downshifting. Excuse me. Johnny Roadrunner said, sorry, just joined. What car are you talking about? Probably my Demon. Excuse me. Stray Bullet says the ramp truck definitely needs a frame stretch. No, I'm sorry. I disagree. I don't think it does. I don't want to do that. And as mentioned, I'm already hovering right around 10,000 pounds GVW, right around, gross 10,000 pounds with a car on it. And I don't want to go over that because I'm only legal to 10,000. I can license it for more, but then I have to stop at weigh stations, and I sure don't want to do that. I considered a frame stretch to fit a club cab or crew cab, but I just don't want to do that. I'm going to stick with the single cab. It fits the cars it needs to fit. I mean, the job for that truck is to put an A-body drag car on and go to the races. That is its job. Yes, I will use it to deliver A-bodies. I will use it to buy A-bodies. I may put the rare B-body on it. But basically, with my toolbox and stuff in the truck, I'm not legal to carry a B-body. I will be too heavy. So I'm pretty much limited to A-bodies. If I extend the frame, if I add a bunch more stuff, I will be illegal, and I don't want to be that. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. If I raise the seat, just Mopar Joe won't have anywhere to sit. Yeah, he's gonna have to duck. That guy's huge. He's so big. He's way bigger in person. Empire Rust. Are you still thinking airbags on the ramper? Yes, God, yes. The air shocks, they helped dampen it a little bit. That's really all they did. It's really all they did. And they might have helped stabilize it. That thing feels very, very stable. I was really impressed with that. But yes, absolutely, no question, there will be actual airbags. Yep. Yeah. Oh, you've got a Hodges bed. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, they extended the wheelbase. I'm not going to do that for every reason I just explained. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Abel D hit the nail on the head there. What would Motor Trend do to Mission Improbable? It just wouldn't exist. That's the thing. I mean, they run on ad dollars. It's not. Yeah. Nope. Hunter Hutchins, highly recommend getting rid of plunger in fuel shutoff solenoid on your 12-valve VE pump. Rubber tip likes to separate. Use pull cable on external arm. I saw the external arm. Okay. Yeah. Good to know. I've never heard that. I will keep that in mind. I'll probably be doing some stuff to that pump eventually, so I will get around to that then. Nice. Terra Fiddler has a 92 D350. That's what I have. And it is too harsh unloaded. And the sporty looking bucket seats were torture. I put E-body bucket on the driver's side and it was far better. Nice. I'm thinking 3rd or 4th gen Ram seats. Or whatever I can find that's like leather, semi-comfortable, ideally heated and cooled, although that's really optimistic. It just needs to fit and look right-ish, and I will be happy. My needs are pretty low. But yeah, it's not even that the ride is harsh, because putting those air shocks, those towing air shocks on it helped the ride. It shakes violently above 75 miles an hour with no car on it. But with the car on it, I can go 85 and it's fine. So I don't know what that's about. Yeah. Richard Scott, drag racing weekend. I'm hoping next Friday, but we'll see. Chase Tarswell. How do you take a Ford starter out? You put the friggin' truck on a tow truck and take it to the junkyard. Yeah, first gen club cabs had buckets and center consoles. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They had those captains. Well, they weren't captains. They didn't rotate, but they flipped forward. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I used to have a 93 club cab, Cummins 5-speed. That was a great truck. I owned it and fixed it like right around the time my daughter was born. Couldn't put her on those goofy jump seats, so that's when I got my first second gen, because I could put a baby seat in the back. Yeah. Classic Dude Mike wants to know if I spent all that sweet dead skunk money yet. It's still in my PayPal. I like to just leave money there and forget about it. You know. Beaker 138. 3/4 of the year daylight driver. How often-ish would you change radiator antifreeze? I think every 2 years is about what you want to do, unless you run a long life that's rated for 4 or 5. But yeah, you'll have nasty stuff building up in there, and the anti-corrosive, anti-acid crap wears out. So probably every 2 years. No one does that, but that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Yep. Radio delete that sucker. Those AM radios will weigh you down. I won't be radio deleting the demon, that's for sure. If that's what AMC guy's talking about. Terra Fiddler. What actually broke in the rear end? Something really cool that you wouldn't guess, clearly, because you didn't guess it. I don't know what you know. You've been around, so you probably know some stuff about axle shafts. Whoop! Rah! The splines aren't supposed to be quick disconnect. I broke an axle. It's already fixed and it's got 48 gears now. So, wheelies! Yeah, of course. If I go to the racetrack, you guys are going to see it. It's like almost literally the entire point. Nick, how's it going? Yeah, nobody needs it. Yeah. Dan Tupper's got a good one. You can test the pH in your antifreeze, but yeah, acid builds up in it. You're supposed to just change it every 2 years. That is up to you. Yeah. No, David Lewis. The 360 in the Demon is only there for drag racing. That's it. The 340 is on the stand. The original Numbers 340 is on the stand. And I'm going to restore that engine. It's going to go right back to essentially stock. I was just talking about this with Dale yesterday because he stopped by. I think he misunderstood something I said because he thought I was trying to turn it into like a street strip car. And I was like, no, I'm not going to drive it on the street with 48s and slicks and no exhaust. And no sway bar and ruined shocks and all that stuff. Anyway, it's in drag mode right now. My plan is to switch my drag program over to the Garbage Can CUDA. And when I do that, the Demon will be retired. When the Demon is retired from racing, and it's not like I'm racing it seriously either. I'm learning, I'm having fun, I'm taking it out. People like to see it, so it's kind of cool. Sorry, I'm going to make a bunch of annoying noises here. Is that better? Might be better. Might be worse. I don't know. Oh, I made it worse. Oh, it's ruined. Everything's ruined now. Don't do that. Anyway, the 340 will go back in when my race program switches over to my Barracuda. Send Robert to the cornfield. Yes. The painter with a great comment, and I would have agreed with you if I didn't know that you were wrong. You're going 48 gears. If the car is strictly going to be 8th mile, they should work fine. Quarter mile, too much RPM. It is 8th mile. I'm not running quarter anytime soon. Dale ran 488s in the quarter with the 340, and it worked. Just saying. But yeah. Answer 14. Is it a flat black swinger? No, I've never bought anything from Yakima. Transportation back to Ohio was a little steep. Interesting. I'm still tired. Bill Johnson. Email was about an 02 Ram 1500 as a 5.9 Magnum donor. I've never used a 3rd gen. That is such a short-lived setup. I've never been into one of those. So yeah, doesn't have the easy standalone harness. Well, then you probably don't want to use it. You really want the harness and ECM from the Ram. That's what I would do. I mean, you could make it work. It's not a problem. You can make it work, but the 2nd gen, and it's actually it's really all 2nd gens still have the same setup. Almost the early ones have the 3 plugs on the firewall, so you can just go there. 98 to 01 or 02 2500 3500 have the disconnected the fuse panel. But yeah, those are the good ones. That's what you want to use. The engine would be fine, but the harness and PCM not so much. What oil pan? You want to use a 360 car pan and a 360 not Magnum LA 360 oil pan. Mexican spec, I didn't get a time slip. That's what I was saying, because I never made it to the thing because my car exploded. Yeah. Rust beaters, derelicts. That carb you're talking about is literally Edelbrock's version of a Holly. That's what they are. Yeah. Michael Adamo is late. How's it going, Michael? I'm really late to that comment. Like, really, really, really late. Tony still has not confessed to breaking Jamie's axle. Yeah. Yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, I had a legitimate chance there. I broke the car. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, Freedom Fighter gets it. There's only one way to get better. That's it. And I just happen to be doing it in YouTube videos. And that's fine. You people keep watching. I'll keep making them. No, I was not running the AVS2. Like I mentioned, that was a 750 double pumper. I had the AVS2 with me with an Edelbrock tune-up kit in case I needed it. But yeah, the Holly worked really well. So it's still there. Jeff Keller, I hope you heard my response on that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that was a joke. I never banned anyone for saying that generally needed to be the 69 needed to be turned into a General Lee. But I'm strongly considering doing that again and saying that the next person that tells me the Demon needs a 727 is getting banned. Yeah. Dalton Sparks, I've totally considered that. I keep looking at brownie boxes. I have considered it, but the thing is, I don't need more than 5 speeds. If I get a 10 speed, cool, but I don't need that. So yeah, in that thing, not necessary. If I were running a ridiculous gear like we were talking about earlier, like one of those 10 speeds, 2-speed axles or something like that, then the auxiliary transmission might make more sense. Oh. Nice. Answer 14's digging out a 73 Dodge Ram truck, 440, factory tack, bucket interior, rusty but complete. Very cool. Sitting since 88. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Barracuda, there is a good cure for that. And Tony actually called me to say, dude, you need to change your oil pan. You have a stock pan on there. It's not going to make it, man. You got to change it. The good news is, because I had such a horrible bog, I never launched hard enough to lose oil pressure. So once I get that worked out, yeah, we'll have new and exciting problems. I apologize for being oh yeah, rust beaters. Yes, brownie box. That's what I was just talking about. I know. I've looked at them. I'm familiar. But again, we're kind of talking about weight and complexity, and I don't think I really need to do that for this truck. It's not that big. And even if I am towing a second car on a trailer, which is my ultimate dream, car on the bed, car on a trailer behind it, going to the racetrack, that'd be great. But even then, a regular 5-speed would probably be fine. People have towed that much weight with them with no problem. 38 POS Racing, how's it going? Yeah. There's a whole chapter on oil pans in the Mopar Bible, and I haven't gotten into it yet. The pan on the 360 now has a baffle. We built a baffle into it. But Tony said, it's not enough, dude. It's not enough. Yeah, deeper pan. Deeper pan is the way to go. Too much traction. Well, kind of. Kind of yes, kind of no. People kept saying, oh, that's too much tire. Well, no, but also kind of, but no, but maybe. Anyway, I've got 48s now. It's not. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Russ Beaters Derelicts just watched the video. There was no wheel hop, just catastrophic axle shaft breakage. Mm-hmm. I think the butt in the driver's seat's gonna know better than the ass on the couch. Nice. I don't know if it was your comment. Someone commented and said that. I don't think so. Because I went back and listened to it myself because of that comment, and I didn't hear any chattering that wasn't, I didn't hear any noise that wasn't there before. And again, I was in the seat in the car, but it does have cutouts, so there's that. I mean, it's loud. Yeah. Maybe you're right, but I don't think so. I listened to it myself. I don't think there was any chattering. There's literally nothing wrong with the diff. It spun both tires. It did what it's supposed to do. That axle was twisted. It was not broken. It could not possibly have been broken before that moment. Okay? So maybe, but that even if there was, it's unrelated to the failure. And I don't think there was. The thing is, I only included GoPro footage from that run. It's the only run I got GoPro footage for. So that camera is at the very back, and you're going to hear drivetrain noises back there. So there you go. Jeff Hutchins says 250 horse Cummins and a 10-speed manual. You could tow about anything. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Why not the 4-speed Granny Gear MP435? Oh God, every single reason. 1, they were never behind the Cummins. 2, don't need a granny low. 3, no overdrive. I need overdrive. 12-valve Cummins truck with no overdrive. Used to own one. Max speed was about 63 miles an hour. It was probably a 410 truck. I don't actually know. But that was with my foot, like my toes, slammed into the firewall. It wouldn't do 70. It was like 65 at best. It was a friggin' slug. You need overdrive for a Cummins truck. You just need it. So the 435 will not do that. I don't want a 4-speed. It needs to be a 5-speed at least. Yep. Yeah. The Painter with an excellent question. I've talked about this some, but I have not released a video on it in a long time, laying out my plans, and I need to do that. It's supposed to come as part of the axle swap video, and then I'm going to do an engine building video. But, well, the axle swap isn't going well considering one of those shafts is in the Demon now. Do you plan to build the CUDA race car, period correct, or will you modernize the suspension? No. No modernizing whatsoever. 100% it will be set up as if it's 1972 or 73. And someday I'd kind of like to roll a straight axle under it and do really cool stuff. And even if I do that, it will 100% be period stuff. It'll be a period axle if I can get one. It'll be, you know, it's all classic style, period correct. That is my plan. My whole thing, and I hope this makes sense in drag racing, is you're like time traveling when you go to a racetrack. One of these old school tracks, it's like, you know, not super serious, good old, full of good old boys and, you know, cheaper cars and that kind of stuff. You're traveling through time. Trying to help a know-it-all never works. Our friend Robert has Donnie's number, so he texted him. Trying to help a know-it-all never works. No, it never does. Man, I'm just, yeah, because I don't listen to people or learn stuff or like read fucking books or literally call people that have been doing this for 50 years to ask for their opinions because they're not morons and I might be. It's just, you know, it's a question of attitude, Robert. It's a question of attitude, and yours sucks balls. Anyway, Cuda will be 100% classic style. You will never see any Calvert, ladder bar, none of that. Okay, maybe ladder bars if I do straight axle and lift it up here, but probably not. Good times. My favorite is when people pull out in front of me in the loaded ramp truck. They have no idea how bad the brakes are. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Robert Fitch's fancy new air cleaner hits the hood. Well, take it out if you have to, but yeah. That's unfortunate. It will ride so much nicer with the axle move back. But the frame is I'm not stretching the frame. You might be right. It might ride nicer, but it's not going to ride nicer then. The thing is, that truck rides great at 60 miles an hour. The bumps are a little rough, but it actually rides fine. It's 75, which I was doing 2 ways across this great nation of ours, where things get really rough. So, yeah. I apologize. I'm going to have to skip a whole bunch of comments because I got to get out of here and eat dinner. I'm starving to death. Oh, no. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know you weren't. I'm just in a spicy mood. No, that transmission's going away. We're not going to keep that. I just know better. Stephen Andrews, how's it going? Randy Man wants to know what rear end I'm going with in the Demon, 8 3/4, the factory 8 3/4. That's all it will ever have. If I break that, it's a me problem, not an 8 3/4 problem. So, yeah. Cannot possibly be the track bar. Yeah, I know what's making it shake. The freaking frame is flexing. The cab is dancing on the frame. That's what's happening, guys. I know what's happening, and I'm going to deal with it. I'll make another announcement this week. I made one next week. But hey, if you want to donate to the Stone Soup Project, the Vic at the Functional Histories would definitely appreciate that. There's a lot of stuff left to buy for that car. You can go over to Patreon and punch in Functional Histories. I'm sure he would appreciate any donations possible. Yeah. Yes, I'm sticking with the 8 3/4 forever. The Barracuda will have an 8 3/4 too. Oh. Yep. Rust Beaters, I'm currently running slicks. I have drag radials too. But I'm currently running slicks. I bought them in Oklahoma, and it's awesome. Really happy. Stray Bullet, I also kind of thought it would split a spider gear when I went to move the car, and it actually moved through one axle. The clutch was, and so I thought maybe the spider gears were no longer spider gearing. But no, it snapped a shaft. That was my thought too. That was a thought I had. Those are mall parade axles. They're no good for racing. Those Bluetooth axles. I agree. You got to have a weak point somewhere. I'm good with it. Data LeBreton's very, very late. Again, I apologize. I got to get out of here in just a minute. Yeah. Nice. Glenn Uromi's starting a job as general manager at a body shop. Good luck, man. You can do it. You can do it. Why not 323s, 355s, and stay in third gear? Because it launches like absolute dog shit. That's what I need the gears for. It just bogs like crazy, so I'm thinking the 48s are going to help. Rusty Plier 74 wants to know, can I flush the 727 if it's full of some crappy trans fluid? Well, you can, but I don't guarantee it's going to help. David Lewis, we're going to get back to the PBC, the Petty Blue Charger, as soon as we can. It's still in the shop. We've had other priorities, but we will be getting back on that soon. Yeah. Good times. Again, I apologize. I got to skip a ton of comments. I was just way behind. Yeah, I know there will be a gross combined rating. I know that. I know. I don't know what the combined rating is. I haven't looked into that. I'm not going to be towing 20,000 pounds. So, yeah. Get out. Oh, yeah. That axle twist. Isn't that cool? You can see how twisted the splines were before it broke, right? I'm so proud of that. Honestly, it was probably already twisted from Dale. But it's worse now. Yeah. Gas engines and 5 speeds pulled 65,000 pounds plus for years. You don't need overdrive to go 25 miles an hour. And that's what I was going to say. Gearing. Able D. No, but he does have a Valiant sedan he's really, really proud of. Southeast Gasters. Yes. Southeast Gaster Association. So, and I'll explain this in my video on the CUDA, which will come eventually, but that program is what I'm basing my CUDA build on. It would look right at home at one of their races. Small inch engine, 4-speed. They do have a class where you're not required to have straight axle, so I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you have to have a stick. You have to have a small inch engine, at least for one of the classes. It has to look straight out of the 70s, and that is exactly the vibe I'm going for. Because I've seen videos of their stuff, and it's like, oh, so cool. I don't live very close to there, but I do have a ramp truck. So I said before, I'm going to build the car to get there and then never go there. I could get there someday. It would be amazing. Yeah. Data LeBreton, no. And kind of no. Basically, with a stick, you need slip somewhere. That slip has to be your tire or your clutch. Before, my radials, I was just blowing those off. With the slick, I need a little spin and then for it to go. The spin there and the slip of the clutch, that is where you get your torque converter-like effect with the 4-speed. That is as how it has been explained to me by Dale, who of course raced that car with success in the day. He said you want it to spin and go. You want it to spin, lift, and go. So yeah, some spin is what we're looking for. Zero spin is kind of a problem with the stick. You don't realize how big this country is until you drive across it. I didn't even get all the way. It'll ride like a Cadillac stretched and loaded. And I bet you're right. I bet you are right. Yeah. JMR said I'm beyond my years. Barry Kuda wants to be my new nemesis. Yeah. Sure. See you, JMR. Thanks for being here. Barry Kuda. Barry, that's the wrong year, Barracuda. That's lame. 66s are way better. See you in the comments. Yeah. Okay. Again, I apologize if I'm missing your comment, but I gotta go. I'm starving. Let's see. We'll pull the guitar back a little bit. And then we'll... Oh, I did EQ it before, actually. Just not enough. Thanks, JMR. I appreciate that. Paul Steinberg. Thanks, everybody, for being here. YTV or 127. We kicked Robert Hill out of the comments. We talked about how I don't have Wheelhop, how traction bars work on Mopars, even though it's kind of silly. And everyone that says otherwise is wrong. And what else did we do? I don't know. A lot of stuff. We talked about how I snapped an axle shaft. I think you were here for that. So much torque, it twisted the chassis off the line. I got a few comments like that. Crossing the road late last night. It should look left and it should look right. It didn't see the station wagon car. The skunk got squished and there you are. You got your dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Stinging to high heaven. All right. What did we learn? Smarter than Robert, but not by much. Yeah, Southeast Gas Association has a super stock class. Yeah, no straight axle. That's what I was thinking of. Yep. Good stuff. Yeah, get the politics out of here. All right, I'm going to go have dinner. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Really appreciate that. And thanks for being here. Bob Dylan, eat your heart out. Dom is dim. Dom is an American hero. I'm out, guys. Thanks. Bye. Uh-huh. Okay, bye.